let me go through my IntelliJ. Okay, so can you see my IntelliJ? I hope you guys can see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah. So in IntelliJ, what the very first thing is, like whenever you want to integrate with the Azure portal, right, or maybe any cloud provider, so definitely you will have to install that plugin, right, which I have done it here, Azure Explorer. So you can do it while you can do like this, like you can just go to the plugin. Okay, just go to the plugin and search for that plugin, and the plugin is Azure Explorer. So we can search here Azure Explorer. Yeah, so you can see here, right, like Azure Toolkit for IntelliJ, and since I have installed it in my IntelliJ, so there is no option for install because it's already been installed. So whoever wants to integrate that, they can go to the plugin section and try to search Azure Explorer, and then they will get this option, Azure Toolkit for IntelliJ, and then they can install it. When you install the plugin, first of all, you should be register your device with the Azure portal. Okay, so how can we register that Azure devices with the Azure portal? So here there is a logout option, so you just need to click on the login, and it will ask you different options, like what is the subscription you have. So whenever you log in with your credential, like your Azure portal credential, so it will fetch all those subscription, like whatever subscription I'm having. Like for example, maybe if there is an organization called XYZ and they might be having multiple subscriptions, so you can do a checkbox. Okay, you can do a checkbox and then you can select it from any given subscription. Okay, right, like whenever let me refresh it, and I can show it to you, like what are the resources, what are the resource group I'm having. Okay, yeah, so maybe you can see it here. I have a web app. Okay, whatever resource I will be creating using my Azure portal, so those resources we can see it here. Like I've done a container registry. Okay, I've done a Docker host, I've done SD Insight, Redis cache, and there is a resource management, right? So under the resource management, as I shown you on the portal, there was a Java SKS resource group, right? So that resource group, you can see it here. And there was one resource group that was a network watch hierarchy. And then there is a storage account. So there is a storage account called a Java SKS DIAG. And then there is a virtual machine. So I had created a SKS Sandeep Kumar Singh VM2. That's a virtual machine name. And then I had created some web app also, like SKS app. So that was the web app. Okay, so these are the resources which you can see it from the portal, as well as you can see it in your IntelliJ. Okay, now let me go back to the project. Okay, so for example, I've just created a demo application. It's nothing, it's just a hello world application. Okay, so for example, if I want to deploy this application, so what exactly I need to do that? Just uh, uh, definitely, first of all, I have to create this web application. I have to uh, choose my archetype, right, from the Maven. Like whenever we do, like this, let me show it to you. For example, new project. So you can so from the project, if you go to the Maven, it will load a different kind of a archetype. So what exactly you have to do? You have to select the web app. Okay, and don't forget to mention your SDK. I'm using my Java version as 1.8. So here you have to select a web app. If you can see here, I have just highlighted here. Okay, one second, just let me create from archetype. Yeah, this should be a checkbox. Okay, and where exactly? Yeah, this is the one. So maybe you guys can see that, like org Apache Maven an archetype, and the archetype is a Maven archetype web app. Okay, so this is the archetype web app. Whenever you do a next, right? Whenever you do a next, you can do a group ID like anything like com.sks or something something jh, and then you can mention some artifact ID like basic name or something, and then you can do the next, and you can select, and you can just review it. What is the group ID, artifact ID, and version and group ID, artifact ID. Okay, go to the next and select the path, and you can finish it up. Okay, I'm not going to finish this because I'm already having. So once you do that, all because since you had opted for that specific archetype, that maven archetype, so it will download each and every dependencies. Okay, if you notice here pom.xml, then you can see these are the dependencies, right? These are the dependencies like all those dependencies. You can see it here. Okay, you can just go through with that pom, and this is just like a normal web application. So archetype created a web application. It's okay. And if you see here the library, then I'm having a 1.8, and it will download all those dependencies. Okay,